Thank you for joining us for this episode of CNTV. I'm Brad Clonch.
And I'm Quin Tran. The Chickasaw Nation celebrates the first graduates of the tribe's family medicine residency program. 4 doctors are part of the inaugural residency program, a program that took 3 years to complete. Dr. Natalie Richardson, faculty member and behaviorist with the Chickasaw Nation's Department of Health, shares more about this first group of graduates.
We are very excited for them, and some of them are even staying with the Chickasaw Nation post-residency. And so our program is a family medicine program. And so this trains our physicians to go out as family medicine providers to really treat patients and families all the way from birth to the aging population. So they see a vast amount of individuals and different experiences and health needs all the way across the lifespan.
And to be a resident during a pandemic, they can handle just about anything at this point.
I agree. I think that this year has tossed a lot of twists and turns out there that none of us ever expected. And no graduate training program, no medical school trains individuals of how to survive and to treat families and patients during a global pandemic. That training does not exist. The different things that they had to adapt to as far as even their training, we went to mostly all online, to also be treating patients and experiencing the loss and having to communicate with family members through telephone and things when usually they're able to just have conversations with folks. It's been a really difficult year. And for our graduating seniors, not only were they trailblazers for the program of having to really carve out the path for the residency and work to build those relationships across the Department of Health, that has its own unique challenges as the first cohort to graduate. But then in their third year and their senior year, to be faced with this global pandemic, they handled it well. I sometimes don't know how they handled it so well. And I think that we've all struggled along the way, mentally, emotionally, spiritually with this pandemic, and for them to push through and still want to learn and still remain engaged and to still be able to provide the quality care that they have for their patients is amazing.
Students interested in the residency program with the Chickasaw Nation should visit this web address. Get information on the curriculum, facilities, application, and more.
We take you to Sulphur, Oklahoma to share some good news. The Chickasaw Cultural Center will reopen on Saturday, July 24th. Because of the pandemic, the Cultural Center has been closed for more than a year for the safety of visitors and employees. The reopening this month is exciting news for people who want to explore and enjoy events held at the Cultural Center. Visit ChickasawCulturalCenter.com to see a list of activities and hours of operation. Now to Oklahoma City for this groundbreaking ceremony. Chickasaw Community Bank is getting a new headquarters at a new location on West Memorial Road. The 33,000 square foot facility will be 4 stories tall with several offices and conference rooms to better serve customers.
It's a business that draws from traditional Chickasaw values and a history of being a good neighbor to assist all Oklahomans with building a better life.
Chickasaw Community Bank is a full-service financial institution that has operated for 20 years.
In other news, Chickasaw citizen Dr. Amanda Cobb-Greetham has earned a prestigious fellowship with the Harvard Radcliffe Institute for Advanced Study. She is one of about 50 people in a wide range of professions selected this year for the fellowship.
We represent every possible field: sciences, social sciences, humanities, fine arts, performing arts. And I so look forward to getting to know these other people from all over the world, right? To hear what they have to say and study about. And I am especially excited to get to introduce them to Oklahoma and more specifically Native American history.
What do you plan to pursue in this program and produce during this fellowship?
My goal is to pursue an interdisciplinary project. It is about Native American history and culture in Indian Territory and what became Oklahoma. So it's very much a place-based study. This is a time in which all different cultures and groups in the state of Oklahoma are considering our past and what the impact of that past is on our present and certainly on our future. And so this project, I'm going to explore those things and just see what I find, and again, share this from a uniquely Chickasaw perspective and from my own experiences as a Chickasaw woman who grew up in southern Oklahoma and have lived not all, but most of my life in this place. And I care very much about this place and have great love and affection for the people here. And I also know and see just how complicated, complex, how tangled up our histories are. And I think we have to embrace the complexity of history.
Dr. Cobb-Greetham is a professor at the University of Oklahoma's Department of Native American Studies. Among her many accomplishments include serving as founding director of the OU Native Nations Center. She encourages more Chickasaws to explore fellowships and other higher learning opportunities.
Jeffrey Wells is doing just that. He was selected for a fellowship with the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health. The Chickasaw citizen, trained as a physical therapist, works now in the tribe's Department of Research and Public Health. As part of his Johns Hopkins Fellowship, he'll work toward a master's in public health and conduct a capstone project that allows collaboration between the university and the Chickasaw Nation. His focal area of study is obesity and food systems, with an interest in pediatric obesity.
I want to be able to provide our people with the absolute best opportunities, management techniques, prevention techniques that are possible, because that's what our people deserve. And so being as a part of this institution like Johns Hopkins and getting that type of quality education will give me the skills to take my part in the overall Chickasaw Nation to help our individuals and help our tribal members be successful and prevent health problems and manage health problems and so on.
We'll be staying in touch with both Jeffrey Wells and Amanda Cobb-Greetham to learn about their fellowships and how the work they produce can enhance the lives of Chickasaws and others.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of CNTV.
Quinn and I will see you next time.